Crossing our fingers, we're going back into some of our favorite stores and getting haircuts as the governor begins lifting some restrictions next week. But first, let's take a look at the stories that made this week's TrendSpotting report. Hapaday Guam, I'm Adriana Cotero, bringing you the latest in TrendSpotting. While Pandemic Condition of Readiness 2 isn't expected to start until May 11th, the island's Catholic Church got a head start resuming masses in an unusual fashion. The church had asked public health to begin holding mass outdoors, which was rejected. But the Archdiocese pressed on, announcing it would hold outdoor mass in parking lots where available. That included drive-through communion for some, while others were allowed to stand outside their car. The Archdiocese also decided to resume some sacred sacraments, with limitations including confession, anointing of the sick, and baptism. For those who can't participate, Mass is still being live-streamed from different parishes, including the Dulce Nombre de Maria Cathedral Basilica, which we share on Sundays on KUAM TV 8 and TV 11, as well as on our Facebook page. In another COVID-19 related story, the feds raided a Dededo pharmacy storage this week, looking for suspected products touting COVID-19 cures. The raid was part of Operation Stolen Promise, a global initiative to prevent COVID fraud here and on Saipan. The pharmaceutical company MedPharm, a leading medical supplier across the Pacific, was the target. MedPharm responded by removing an alleged supply of fake COVID prevention items known as SDS blocker. MedPharm said SDS blocker was marketed and sold to the company as an over-the-counter item by a local Guam distributor. President of the company, Reen Ramos, says, quote, "We take these matters very seriously and we are cooperating fully with all authorities. Once we were informed by the federal authorities that the products supplied by a local distributor did not meet federal standards, we immediately took action and removed the product from our inventory. This is an isolated event specifically related to the sale of the SDS blocker product we purchased locally and sold via our wholesale company," unquote. Ramos also said the warrant was not related to any other items or operations involving the company and that the prescription drugs in all its pharmacies are legitimate and are in FDA compliance. And sadly, in a non-COVID related story, a man was arrested and charged with murder for a shooting death in Mongmong. Police responded to the incident early Monday morning where 45-year-old Peter John Rios was shot dead. Police arrested 56-year-old Juan Mendiola. He was charged in court with murder as a first-degree felony and aggravated assault as a second-degree felony, both with special allegation of possession or use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony. A $100,000 cash bail has been set. According to court documents, Mendiola had been trying to get inside an apartment to speak to a woman inside, but Rios wouldn't let him in. Mendiola allegedly told police he left the apartment to get his gun from his vehicle because Rios was much bigger than him and he was afraid of him. Then when another woman went to the apartment and was let in, Mendiola followed. Details in court documents state the men fought. Mendiola alleges Rios had a knife and lunged at him. That's when he shot him in the chest and killed him. Upon arrival, medics confirmed Rios was breathless, pulseless, and no additional life-saving measures were conducted. Mendiola was later found with his wife, Mary Chargaloff Mendiola, who was also arrested for hindering apprehension. She, however, was not charged in court. Stay with KUAM as we continue to follow this case and more. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of TrendSpotting. I'm Adriana Cotero, wishing you all a safe weekend.